Getting more FPS has never been this easy, so let's start with one of the most important games for all kinds of benchmarks, Cyberpunk 2077. First, I want to show you the raw performance with graphics set to max. You'd think that in an open world game with everything set to ultra, the PC would be hiding a bottleneck, but the truth is that for a system using components from several years ago, Cyberpunk's optimization does a very good job. Here we can see that it's consistently hitting between 35 and 40 frames per second, but let's be honest, no one wants to play with such a low frames per second. Playing with such low FPS really doesn't help make the experience as immersive, especially in this game, which actually has some very stunning scenes. Now, we're going to perform this magic trick by enabling just two options. In resolution escaling, we'll select the AMD Fidelity Super Resolution 3.0 and enable frame generation. It's important to enable both, because without them, you won't get the same frame rate and you'll also experience input lag. Though to be honest, with these technologies enabled, I never noticed any kind of delay at any point. And as we can see, it was that easy to gain an additional 60 frames per second, making the game look smoother and improving the overall gameplay. Remember that we have set the NPC and traffic density to the maximum. Even under these conditions, frame generation allows us to achieve a frame rate higher than 100 frames per second. It's time to show off this frame generation technology in an even more demanding game. A game that makes you wonder if you should buy a new graphics card, Battlefield 6. Just like we did with Cyberpunk. Let's check the performance without frame generation, with all settings set to the lowest, since I don't want my processor to overheat and burn in my PC. As you can see, in this first mission of the campaign mode, we're getting excellent performance, averaging 90 frames per second. Keep in mind that this is only the first mission of the campaign. During very chaotic moments, we can expect 70 frames per second or less. The graphics settings may be low, but you can't deny that the landscapes, environmental details, and sounds still make this game a lot of fun to play. It's time to enable frame generation, and let's take a look at this major change. And that's how easy it is to get 140 frames per second. The smoothness is really noticeable on a 144Hz monitor, and the input lag is, to be honest, completely unnoticeable. It's time to look at this side-by-side comparison and see how, with a single click, we can achieve the performance of a high-end graphics card. And yes, it's clear that the frame generation won't compare to the raw performance of a modern graphics card, but being able to enjoy a recent game on a graphics card from several years ago, especially when all component prices are sky high. But literally, all components are way too expensive. This technology really makes it worth giving it a try. In multiplayer mode, we can see that we have a base frame rate of 70 frames per second on a map that's actually a little small. The native gameplay is actually decent. It meets the minimum of 60 frames per second. But once frame generation kicks in, everything changes. The image becomes completely smooth, giving us an average of 120 frames per second. And that's it for this video. I just wanted to share a very simple method that I've been using a lot over the last few months to get more performance out of my current hardware. Give it a like and let me know if you have any questions.